Okay, hey folks. I am gonna stream for a little bit. I'll be completely honest. I don't exactly feel that great today. Kind of in a little bit of a work funk. So I kind of don't want to look at my work-related data too long today. Um, and also, I think I'm not feeling particularly well. I got a little bit of an upset stomach. So I think I'll just do like a really short stream today. Probably really short. One of the things that I would like to explore is actually, it is work data. Um, Allegedly, we released a new module for public data consumption. Um, so I would really like to check it out because I haven't seen it yet. And it's supposed to contain a bunch of stuff that I guess I've been asking for. um, so if it's public, it would be super interesting, and would also give me some notes I can take down so that I can refactor some of my code so I can make like a public version of some of my analyses and transformations or data wrangling, um, and make one for internal use. So let me see what. We are going to open up Opera, and it's going to be a little slow. That's cool. Um, so we're going to go to data.cms.gov. I'm not on the right computer. I definitely forget which. I have this Logitech keyboard and Logitech mouse that can hook up to three devices to it. And with three computers here, I actually do forget which thing I'm actually hooked up to. So sometimes I'll just start typing, and I'll be moving my mouse, and like nothing happens. Um, yeah, cool. So here we are. You can see I'm kind of mixing in a little bit of like fun photography and errand searches. Where's my mouse? Okay, cool. All right, so we're gonna move this here. This is new. Socrato will be down for maintenance. Okay, cool. So it won't stream on Saturday. What is the new site? This is actually. Oh, okay. Actually, my coworkers told me to check out the new site. What is different? Actually, I think I thought about this earlier. I don't think this is all that different. It has like a slightly different UI. Um, but I don't know. I don't think anything all that special. Um, but there may be stuff going on in the back. Oh, okay. Huh. That's cool. There's a little bit of. That's actually kind of cool. There's already some dashboard stuff on here, um, or like little reports. This wasn't here before. Um, that is actually very cool. Okay, let's explore data. Um, hmm. Innovation Center data and reports. Let's look at that. Actually, this is the data I was using for work. So let's see what happens here. Should have gotten a new data set on Monday. Submitted data as of week ending May 2nd. Okay, so it's about 2 weeks behind still. So that means that the new data publicly will not be the data I was hoping to see. Wait, metadata, data last updated May 13th. View data. Let's see what we got. Okay. Let's sort descending. I want to see the most recent date. May 2nd. I see that right here. May 2nd. So that would mean I'm pretty sure it does not have the data that I'm looking for. Oh, excuse me. Okay. And now I actually need a data dictionary again. This is the old one. They never update this thing. Okay, go back to view data set. $138 columns. So that is different, I think. Would like assistance. Okay. It is not, unfortunately, the data I was looking for. Yeah. Okay. All right. So 2-week delay, that means the data that I'm looking for might come in 2 weeks. We'll see. At least publicly. That's good to know. I can refactor my code, have that working in the meantime, and then I can see some of the stuff that is public. Okay. So I know there's like some questions I actually had that I'm kind of just going to spitball here. There are a number of fields in here that they're Boolean values. So they're supposed to report either a true or false. And for some of these, the nursing home never actually reported anything. So I don't know. I found that like kind of interesting because like with a number of these like if they didn't report if they reported 0 staff worked that week, well that's not right, because like somebody worked. um so like I start asking questions about imputing, and for one of these it's like uh if it's a null value for Boolean, how should I impute the data? Because some of these are like, do I just some of them I don't think they work if you default to false or true. Yeah, I forgot what the exact field it was before. Like some of these I think you can just assume. So like this field in particular, whoop. This will help, right? If you can actually read the text. So, oh wow, okay, that's too much. Too much. I need to zoom out on. Why doesn't Control Shift minus? Is it just Control minus? It is just Control minus. Okay. Okay. Some of these fields, like reason for not testing, uncertainty about reimbursement. If this is a null value, what does it mean for this to be null? It means they probably didn't have this question before. So to impute a value in there, now I'm not sure if it's better to actually say false or true, because it would require that they had to have not tested staff or personnel. So if we keep looking back up at these questions, reason for not testing staff or personnel, able to test or obtain resources to test all staff. That's weird. Okay, so if you were to follow this line of thought based off of the titles of the columns, so let's say, let's keep going back up. Reason. There's got to be. Let's say. Why wouldn't they test for residents? Are all of the reasons covered? Well, I guess technically, right? Because they could just put everything into other. Um, but then I would want to know what that other is. Uh, so if they were not able to get PPE, so if these fields, for example, are all blank, um, and these are not exclusive with each other, so you could, in theory, say yes to all of these. Um, as in, like, there's no PPE for personnel, there's no supplies, there's no laboratory, no access to trained personnel. They could have been uncertain about reimbursement, and they could have had other reasons to not test. Um, so these all could be true, or yes. Uh, if they're blank, and they haven't performed any tests, let's see. Did they perform tests? Need to see. Why is this down here? This column should be further up. Has facility performed tests? So if this is no, if this is yes, then all of these should be blank, right? So that is somewhat interesting decision logic. If, let's see. But if this is no, and if this is no, so if either of these are yes, then these should all be blank. If either of these has no, then these should, these should be filled in. So that's interesting. Let's look at the data. I am maybe a little too lazy because I'm not feeling so great. I don't feel like opening a Jupyter notebook right now to explore this. Test resistance is no. Okay, so I'm using this like built-in thing to do the filter. Zoom does not work too well on this. It's got too much going on. Okay. So this place passed the test. Oh, let's put in other conditions. Oh man. Maybe this is better in Jupyter. I'm like 100% sure this is better in Jupyter. Yeah, because I could actually read the column names if I actually put this in a data frame I'm used to. Okay. Okay, well, I am now going to use like the greatest tool for any problem solver, or would be if I had any available. Let me take out my notes and I'll just put these things down. So we now know that there is like a somewhat distinguished logic to handle some of these things. So some of these questions, if they're yes, then a bunch of columns should be no, um, or blank. So how would that work? If they did do testing, then they shouldn't have a reason for not testing. So if they did do testing, I think those should be imputed as I think they should be imputed as no. Because they did do testing. If I were to if I were to filter out, the reason why I'm trying to impute values here is because I would like to make like a classifier, and if a bunch of these are booleans, it would be nice to have all of them be able to train. So one of the things I'm thinking about is predicting. I think I mentioned this last time. Predicting whether or not certain of these answers might predict a proportion of the population getting COVID. So if they're not testing staff, well, if they're not testing staff, then I wouldn't have a confirmed case. So that wouldn't be staff or residents. I wouldn't have a confirmed case. So that would not show up in their caseload, although that should be reported. But I would like all the empty fields to be populated so that they could be used somewhat with meaning. I guess they could be dropped if they're or just not included in the training data. But I usually don't think it's a good idea to include data with null values in it. Let's see. Using data with null values to train predictors. We're gonna I already know. I was gonna say like, oh, let's read towards data science, but I don't think that's gonna be a helpful one. So this is it's a doc from AutoML. And they're providing some suggestions on how to prepare your data for machine learning. If the column is set to be nullable, you can leave them. But if it's possible, you should populate them or fix them. I don't think this is what I'm looking for. If a null value appears in a non-nullable column, the entire row is excluded from training. That makes sense. Hmm. These are all Google Docs. This is null boolean. Null booleans in Java, definitely bad. Python, machine learning. Python. Okay, that's base Python. Well, okay. What we're really looking for is a null boolean Python machine learning. That's really specifically what we're worried about. Okay, Bing, let's hide that quiz. Now, how would... Oh, good old Stack Overflow. These are floats, so I don't really care for that. Yeah, these are all floats, so that's not the same problem. Know someone pitching the libraries this and stuff they work on. Huh. Whoops, I don't have chat open. Oh, that's okay. Yeah, this is like a weird philosophical question. Like, how do you handle a null or an empty value when it's supposed to be a boolean? Empty value, boolean. How would I search this? Empty value, expecting boolean. This is not really what I'm looking for. Okay. Well, I still don't really know how to answer this question. I thought it'd be so easy. I guess maybe there's a way to just ignore if this answer is, if they did test, the answer, since logically these should all be no if they did do testing, maybe those can be ignored. Yeah, if they did any testing, those values should be ignored. At least testing on residents. These should all be pretty solidly filled. Is there a way I can visualize? Man, okay, yeah, I really miss pandas. I would have done like shape of the data when there's any nulls in any column, just to be aware of like, okay, well, what are the, and especially being aware of which columns have a large amount of nulls, or empty values would be kind of helpful. Um, hmm. Let's perform tests. Viral testing. Hmm. Why is this being asked? Okay. Yeah, okay, I remember seeing this at work. A bunch of these are going to be blank. They started asking more specific questions on what type of test was being used. Um, but it took a while to roll out those questions. So this is actually somewhat difficult to handle, I think. Okay. Hmm. Hmm. Okay. All right. Good to know. Um, yeah. Okay. I think on this note, I'm going to call it because I'm starting to feel not that great again. And I think I will try to get something to maybe settle my stomach. But yeah. Okay, cool. Um, all right. Sorry for a short stream and not a particularly fun one. Um, but yeah. Hopefully, if I get some time at work, I can actually work on this some more and just do a little actual exploring of the data. Um, otherwise, yeah. Yep. 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 Okay. Cool. I uh I will see y'all later. All right. Everyone get vaccinated, wear masks, wash your hands, all that kind of stuff. Cool. All right. See ya.